Hi, I'm Sendro. Welcome back to more FF14. Starting early today, so we're gonna run around and do stuff. Um, Including, sadly, not getting much EXP for Moogle Quest. I don't have anything in the 50 to 60 range. But we're gonna do it for the reputation. I'm gonna do this really well. Hi, Maze. Before we do the main quest today, and basically I'll do that whenever whenever both Maze and Sky is here, because those are the people that show up to the stream. So. Could be an hour from now. Could be 5 seconds. Who knows? Forearms. Set that shielding. Jeez, they've been all over the place today. We're getting there though. quality. Here, shiny. Earth cluster, leverage laurel, clay, moss, soil. I shall get earth clusters. $440. Oh, map. Now I really can't carry him. 1, 2, and 3. Let's go to Zoe. This moss is an indispensable ingredient in the brewing of Dusk and Drop, which, as we all know, is itself indispensable in... Actually, I'm not quite sure. What I am sure about is the Maelstrom supplier is willing to pay a premium for it. Hi, Sky. Now let's take a look. Yay! And that she always says, but I like that she says something about the item. And then depending on what quality it is. Customer is always right. And that's halfway to the next one. Working as hard as ever, I see. Wherever would Zoe be without you? Out on the street eating stale flat bread and month-old pineapple pudding. That's where. Still, don't forget to give yourself a rest from time to time. Can I interest you in a bowl of pineapple pudding? I don't think it's rotten yet. And we can't do any more deliveries this week. There it goes. Seriously, I need to be able to make pineapple pudding. That's just sad. Gatherers. And I need tokens. Let's do what's this 30 give me? 750. 40 tokens. 40 tokens. That'll be it for this week. Here's all these tokens for crystal sand. Wait. Wait, hold on. No, not you. $32 unbright left. 16. Yeah. Trade them all in. Maybe I didn't need all those. Nope, I need all of those. Treat the sand. 3. Oh, got an extra 1. Another extra 1. Extra 1. Seems like after the halfway point, you had a chance to get bonus. +1. +1. +1. 54. We're getting there. Okay. Almost there. 38 more, which means with no bonuses, you get 3 per sand. 13 more sand. Something like that. I mathed bad right there. That's okay. Still need quite a bit of sand. That's the point. We're not here to do that now. Because now Sky's here. Now I have the 2 people that watch the stream. So... that regularly watch the stream, I should say. Behorn's been showing up, which is nice. But anyway... let's do story and see how everything falls down around us. After that halfway point, I started to get like +1s every now and again. So it saves me a few sand. It's still garbage. I'll forever hate this step. Like, I think it's stupid. Just how much it takes. That done. Reduced rates lowers the cost of teleport by 40%. So I like having it on, because it saves money in the long run. There's a whole bunch of other ones, but since we have practically nobody in the guild, I don't know what to put on. There's no requests, so... there's just a bunch of different little buffs you can get that affect everybody in the guild. The free company, excuse me. But since everybody teleports, and everybody teleports a lot, at least I do, just cutting it by 40% is nice. All right, here we go. Major cutscene time. I've set out time to do this, obviously.
Estinian.
Oh, it looks completely different than I thought he would.
Cease your mewling, boy. Grates my ears.
Cease your mewling. Grates my ears.
Forgive me. When I saw you awaken, I could not... It was such a relief. We feared you might never wake up.
Now, Estinian. If Master Alphino thought any less of you, you would still be Nidhogg's plaything. Or dead.
100% true. He'd be dead. Smile.
Aye, 'twas but a jest.
Wow, I don't think I've ever seen Stinian really smile either, so that's great.
I thank you, Alphino. And you too, Warrior of Light. Quite how you managed to persuade Hraesvelger to aid in his brood brother's downfall I cannot imagine. But full glad am I that you did. Yet again, you have achieved the impossible. I, for my part, owe you an apology. When last we met, I did willingly loose an arrow at your heart. Can you forgive me? There is naught to forgive, Emmerich. You had acted in defense of Ishgard as is your duty. Were you any less single-minded about it, I would not follow you into battle, nor trust you at my back. Besides, I had come to the self-same conclusion that I would have to perish for Nidhogg to be stopped. So let us dispense with the hand-wringing. I have heard enough mewling for one day.
Oh.
The tendrils of Nidhogg's foul presence bound up every fiber of my being, usurping my senses, but I yet retained some trace of awareness. The worm's mind was as a vast and tumultuous sea. Endlessly its black waters churned, his grief and despair at Ratatoska's murder never calming, never receding. Driven by this surging current came wave upon wave of unrelenting rancor. It was the very image of my own heart. There I saw the dark reflection of the hatred I felt after Nidhogg slew my family, when no path remained save vengeance against dragonkind. Neither one of us had a choice. But I was blessed with something Nidhogg was not. Comrades and teachers to console and admonish me. Had I not had them to gainsay my obsession, would surely have consumed me as Nidhogg's did him, and we would have been in all respects alike. Though his shade is banished, his spirit scattered upon the sea of clouds, I feel no joy at his passing. Where once I craved vengeance, I now crave rest. Lord Commander, my hunt is at an end. I would lay down the mantle of Azure Dragoon.
My friend. He has tired himself with too many words. I doubt not that he will make a full recovery, but he must be allowed some few days of quiet. I too must see my path to its end. Sleep well, my friend.
Following the battle with Nidhogg on the Steps of Faith, Sir Emeric called an assembly that he might make his final proclamation as acting head of state. 'Twas there, with one decree, that the 1,000-year rule of the archbishops was ended, paving the way for a new republic. The governance of Ishgard would now be placed in the hands of high and lowborn alike, their ranks represented by the newly founded House of Lords and House of Commons. Church was separated from state. The foundation for change had been carefully laid, and the reforms proposed by Ishgard's new government passed into law without incident. His duty done, Emeric de Burrell gladly stepped down from the Archbishop's dais, only to be raised unto the highest seat in the House of Lords. Though he strove at first to refuse this honor, the unexpectedly strident voice of the Count de Durandare left him little choice but to accept. And so it was that the winds of gentle revolution came to stir. Prominent among the many honored guests at Sir Emeric's investiture were the ambassadors of Dragonkind, a fitting symbol of Ishgard's newfound peace. looked on in awe as he soared through the heavens on Dragonback. And by their cheers did they hail him an Azure Dragoon for a new age. Thus were the notes of the dragon song rewritten. The din of war giving way to a rising litany of peace and hope.
That was nice. I really like that. Very well done. It was 10 minutes. Accompaniment note. I want an accompaniment note. Do it for Gilly. For Gilly. Oh, Wedge wants to probably reactivate the guidance node. When I gaze out at the sea of clouds, in an all too rare moment of idleness, when I chance to behold a certain hero wending his way towards the city on Dragonback. Welcome home, Sindral. Nay, 'twas no grave matter that moved me to greet you in person, Between you and me, I merely sought respite from the pressures of office. No sooner do I surrender my role as temporary head of state than I'm burdened with the position of more permanent responsibility. You're such a huge you were a huge figure before Emmerich, but now even more so. That they weren't gonna let you just step down. I fancy that it echoes in some small measure the way you must feel when your improbable feats of heroism are rewarded with still more impossible challenges. Yep, at least now he gets it. The myth which guided our society for generations lies in tatters. Am I then to be scorned for building upon the system of nobility that I once sought to tear down? And what strange jest is that it places me at its pinnacle, an archbishop's bastard at the head of the House of Lords. The reward for work well done, even more work, right? So true. But these are questions for me to answer. It is not in man's nature to change overnight. This I learned through painful experience. And it was this hard lesson which convinced me to take the path which we now follow. Even as we rebuild the bridge between man and dragon, so must we reimagine Ishgard, one carefully placed stone at a time. We must remember that it is not for us that we lay this groundwork, but for the men and women that our children will become. May their towers rise proudly from the fundament of our legacy. I hear word from Captain Whitecape that Astinian has vanished from his sick room. His willfulness survives undiminished. Should you ever happen upon our unmannerly friend on your travels, pray assure him I shall keep Ishgard safe until he deigns to come home. Totally pulling a cane, I understand. Thank you, Sindral. And please, convey my warmest regards to Master Alphino. That's fun. Inside the manor. Hey, Totoro. Spoke with Sir Emmerich. I do not envy him his new position. Ishgard has chosen a new road, but one littered with the detritus of 1,000 years of broken faith. Yet though her people may stumble from time to time, I know of none better than Sir Emmerich to lead the march of progress. As for us, there remains the small matter of ushering in a new dawn in the shadow of inscrutable Ascian machinations and a seemingly endless procession of primals. But we too must walk our chosen path, no matter how treacherous the footing. In the wake of Ishgard's governmental reform, new airship routes have been sanctioned. You may now travel to a selection of distant locales from the landing in Ishgard. Yay! I don't like that one bit. Or you. Thank you, Blenhurst. You need not remain there. We shall rendezvous at the usual place. All this proceeding is expected, then? Aye, there's naught to concern us, aside from one overly curious mouse. Oh, crud. You know, we were talking about her. This way. Him again. It is of no moment. They will play their part, and we will play ours. Boy, I hope I get to smite you and wipe you out from existence, just like some of your cohorts. And thus did grey mist give way to azure skies. Men and dragon rise above, voices joined in song. But beneath shrouded burrows, beyond the scope of light, shadow stirs. Floor the horde. Ha ha! And that's what I would do. Nice. It's like Lord Edmund's coat, which is good looking. I like it. I need a way to lock it. I accidentally don't do anything to it. Promise is kept. A new day dawns in Ishgard, and the House for Tom's Night has tidings for you. Master Dragon Soul, you come at a most excellent time. An invitation from a truly preeminent personage was delivered to the manor but a short while ago. Would that you had been present to receive it, but in any event, Sir Emmerich de Borel, Lord Speaker of the House of Lords, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, and Viscount of House Borel, cordially invites Master Dragonsoul to dine with him at his estate. He has all the titles now. Jeez. You seem surprised. The messenger assured me that his lord had broached the subject with you at an earlier date, when the arrangements for the peace conference were still being finalized. Oh, right. You get tea. Of course, the intervening moons afforded little opportunity for leisure. But with the happy advent of peace, 'tis plain the Lord Commander sees no further cause to delay. What say you? Sure. I haven't the foggiest what to wear. I swear it is. I should be glad to accept. Oh, that's mean. Why would you say no? Indeed, who would not? You will forgive me if I seem envious. I shall send word of your acceptance to Boreal Manor at once. When you are ready, pray report to the Astrological. They will have someone escort you the rest of the way. Promises kept. Greetings and well met, Master Dragonsoul. I have the honor and privilege to serve as the head steward of House Burrell, though, admittedly, our staff is somewhat smaller than those of other noble families, being countable on one hand. My lord will be overjoyed to hear that you have accepted his invitation. As you will soon see, we have spared no expense. I dare say a man of action such as yourself enjoys nary a moment's respite. I really don't. Aye, the battlefield beckons even now, I am sure. But for this day, we bid you lay down your burdens and raise a glass to peace and prosperity. That'd be nice, but what bad news am I going to get during it? I actually didn't get bad news during the other cutscene. Everything was great, and that was really nice. Oh, look at that. Fancy. Just get to sit back, relax. Looks delicious. Oh, look at his coat. It's like the count.
To think the Moogles would prove such harsh taskmasters. Forgive me. I did not know you had suffered so in your quest for the horn.
And they were like just telling stories and talking about the journey. Oh, that's great. Yeah, they did. This is nice.
I must say, your spirited accounts always come as a welcome change from the arid reports which fill my days.
No, thank you. That looked expensive. I'm just so wary of drinks at this point. Like, I really am.
Though I have lived in these lands my entire life, to hear you speak of them, there is much and more I have yet to see. Truly, yours was a marvelous journey.
I mean, between Nanamo, myself, it just... Perhaps a bit longer run, like... Why not join me on the next? Forget all this stuff.
Well, truth be told, when I think back on the sweeping vistas of the churning mists, I do feel some slight pangs of wanderlust. Alas,
No.
much as I would
Yeah.
like to accept your invitation, I fear my present duties with the House of Lords demand my undivided attention. Someday, perhaps.
Can't join the party. Is stuck in this area.
By your deeds, you have helped us to lay the foundation for lasting reform. The formation of the Republic is but the beginning, for it is not only our system of governance which must needs change. We, the people, must learn to let go of our hatreds and rise above our bloody past. I only pray that I live long enough to see us achieve some measure of success, that I might know the lost did not die in vain. I can still see you there on the steps of faith, striding fearlessly towards the worm. If you could do that, who are we to balk at the challenges ahead?
You can do it.
The question of how best to strengthen ties with the other great nations of Eorzea has been debated at length in the Lords and Commons of late. As you may imagine, maintaining stability during this period of historic upheaval is our paramount concern. Nevertheless, we are greatly indebted to the Alliance for their support during the Grand Melee, and it would be remiss of us not to repay their faith in kind.
Trade for start.
Of course, we owe you the greatest debt of all, and it is my hope that in extending our support to you and the Scions, we might also express our gratitude to our neighbors, nay, our fellow Eorzeans, whom we pray you will continue to protect.
Oh, there we go.
The Lords and Commons agree on very little, but not a soul in either house begrudges your order this offer of patronage. For all you have done and will do, we thank you.
Awesome. That's good news. That means if anything bad happens again, we're okay here. It's greatly appreciated.
May I ask a personal question?
Of course,
Now
why
that
not?
the dust
We're
is settled, what will you do? Not as a Scion, I mean, but what do you want for yourself?
That's a great question.
Lord Commander, pray forgive the interruption.
Oh, 4 times tonight.
News from House Fulton.
An urgent message for the Warrior of Light. I was instructed to deliver it without delay.
Like, before I can answer what I want for me. I feel what you commented on. I have expected to have one of us drop dead at any moment. Pretty much. Like, drink. Alright, which one of us died or got knocked out? Urgent message? What happened?
Master Thancred returned to the manor a short time ago bearing an injured maiden.
Who?
Master Leveilleur and Mistress Tataru are tending to her wounds, but they like not her chances.
That's bad.
Respectfully, my lord, they have requested the Warrior of Light's immediate presence.
We'll have to continue this another time.
You must go to them, my friend, and I shall go with you.
Thanks, Emmerich.
For every ending marks a new beginning.
Who's this guy? Who's our new narrator?
From tragedy and sacrifice, we rise to greet a new dawn. As did he. Only to be drawn unto another battlefield, another cause, as if by fate.
Because job is never done. It was fun though to just sit back for a minute. All right.
Yes.
Is that Alize, Alphinaud's twin sister? She ran afoul of the Warriors of Darkness. I had been tracking them since the ceremony at Falcon's Nest. Little did I know I was not the only one. Evidently, she had learned of their activities and attempted to shadow them on her own. Poorly. I rescued her in the Twelveswood, and together we fled north. But though I made every effort to cover our tracks, they caught up with us on the Ishgardian border. And in the ensuing struggle, Alize took an arrow to the shoulder. It was only after we had made good our escape that I realized it was poisoned.
Oh.
Thank you for coming so quickly. And you, Sir Emmerich.
Think nothing of it. How is she?
We have done all we can for now. Although the immediate danger has passed, the poison yet lingers in her blood.
I've got this. I can cast Asuna. Well, that doesn't always work. We know that.
We came to Eorzea together, hoping to bring salvation to the realm our grandfather gave his life to protect. But when confronted with the bitter realities of its politics and its petty powermongers, she was driven to anger and to doubt. She refused to become embroiled in what she termed Eorzea's squabbles and distance herself from the Scions. Though she remained hopeful of a brighter future, she would walk her own path. Would that it had not been so perilous.
Yeah, there's the poison. It's always poison.
For all our differences, she's as dedicated as any Scion to the salvation of Eorzea. But more than that, she is my sister. To be reunited with her, only to lose her forever. Gods, even to speak the words.
Take heart, Master Alphinaud. She will be attended by our most skilled Chirurgeons.
Achievers.
Bear Mistress Leveilleur to the infirmary at once. Apprise Captain Whitecape of the situation, and inform him that she is to be treated as my personal charge.
Period. Yes, sir.
Wait, don't go. Please, come closer. The warriors of darkness are in league with the Ascians. Slaughtering the primals is but the first step in their plan.
Because Because they cheat. Oh.
They make for Zelvatol to bring about Garuda's summoning and to kill her. You must stop them.
I shall inform the others at once.
Master Thancred, I would ask that you accompany Mistress Leveilleur to the infirmary. Your knowledge of her injuries may well prove useful in determining her treatment.
Of course.
We knew, but technically the characters didn't know. Surely they won't let her. Yes, I know. We must trust in Captain Whitecape and his... is it Chirurgians? Is that how they pronounced it? Did they not bring Estinian back from the very brink of death? I'm uncomfortably reminded of how he mocked me for praying at his bedside for days on end. See, my friend, shall we turn our attention to a matter whose conclusion we yet have the power to influence? Indeed. Ooh, eggnog. It's the right time of year for that. Shadows of the First. No rest for the righteous. Take them all down. So the Warriors of Darkness and the Asians are conspiring to bring about Garuda's summoning that they might put her to the sword. Then, when we first encountered them at Los Asnoth, when they were confronting Ravana, God, has this been their aim all along? What do you intend to do, Master Alphinaud? There is much and more I do not understand, but I know this. A primal summoning cannot be ignored. And as they risked her life to uncover this plot, and we squander her gift at our peril, Syndra, will you accompany me to Zelvatol and help me stop the Ixal's ritual? Yep, I'm in. Right time of year, still November, poor Thanksgiving, may your beautiful potatoes never be forgotten. What? You didn't have eggnog before Thanksgiving? Like, doesn't mean I forgot Thanksgiving. Heck, I'd have eggnog all year if I could. Given that Ishgard shares a border with the Ixal homeland, we have a vested interest in the outcome of this ritual. Been willing to suffer the Beastman's intrusions into Korthan lands to a point, but the summoning of a primal is an escalation we cannot abide. Shall have our fastest airship, Master Alphinaud. The mountains of Zephyr are not easily traversed, and this endeavor demands all haste. This gesture is most appreciated, Sir Emmerich, but I fear an aerial approach is destined to fail. This is their homeland, after all, and Ixal dirigibles are not to be underestimated. No, experience tells me that only conceivable approach is by land. I believe it would be wiser to cross into Zephyr by way of the mountain pass east of Camp Dragonhead. In that case, I shall send instructions for a contingent of the camp's knights to be placed at your disposal. They'll secure your safe passage through the mountains and escort you thence to Zephyr. Though my men are unqualified to confront a primal, they are more than capable of contending with the Ixal. We'll be glad of their assistance, Lord Edmund. Nice. In the event Mr. Salazay regains consciousness, we will share with you any additional information she may provide. May the Fury watch over you and keep you safe. Let us be off. We can procure any additional supplies we require at Camp Dragonhead. Let's go. Hi, Swift. Oh. Require everything you require? Excellent. Entrance to the pass is north of Natalan and due east of Camp Dragonhead. Though it is normally guarded by a score of Ixal warriors, I have been informed that House Fortomp's knights have already dispatched them. Enemy's gate lies open. We need but walk through. Gate is ours. Be advised that our scouts are reportedly increasing activity around the first mountain. Simply put, they're up to something and don't want anyone interfering. Let's do it. Given the numbers we're likely to encounter, a two-pronged approach may be best. While the knights and I feign a larger attack to draw the Ixal's attention, I suggest you and yours attempt to slip past their defenses and locate the site of the summoning ritual. If the gods are good, you should only have to deal with some few patrols. But if they are not, you may be forced to do battle with the Warriors of Darkness. Boy, I hope so. Smack them down. Another 60 dungeon. Okay, I couldn't get to 80 anyways, that's fine. Forced to flee the Black Shroud for fear of the elementals and their boundless wrath, the Ixal settled the windswept mountains of Zephytol more than 550 years ago. Since that day, they have labored tirelessly to eke out an existence in these harsh and unforgiving lands, slowly but surely expanding their domain over the entire region. Yet the Ixal have never forgotten that which was once denied them. So they seek divine intervention once more, summon Garuda and beseech her to strike down their enemies. In the shadow of the first mountain, the ritual nears completion, and you and your comrades can only you and your comrades can hope to deliver the realm from destruction. So we'll see how long that takes. Garuda the 20th, Garuda the 157th. No, there are worse fights than Garuda. Correct. Fight's lame. Yet if we can get to level 70 gear, I may just run it as the last of the Wondrous Tales. Just run it solo and overpowered. Try to kill him. Yay, waiting.
Yes, have nice big coat. Ugh. But I can't play it here. Well, it's good it's Saturday. At least I have football on. Let me correct myself. At least I have American football on. So you know exactly what I'm watching. Big time. There we go. I hope we actually get to fight the Warriors of Darkness. They just cutscene cheaped us. I want a rematch. And then they'll get away because that's what they'll do, but at least I want to smack them around a little bit. Rock out. Oh. Geez, got some HP. They're taking a lot of damage. Oh, well, a new path appears. That's useful. Useful thing, that. Right, 60. Gotta remember, 60. Treasure cup. Ether. Oh. Sure it's all. How nice you can get them hit by that. That's really cool. He has a little balloon to help him float. Wind blast. That was cool looking. I don't have a move like that. Lift. I can still hit you. You're not that high. Like, what is that? I have a feeling we should get rid of the turret, because that seems to be doing a lot. That was cool. Airstone. Seems like something we want to get rid of. Fly, free wheel. Oh, and then the balloon deflates. No problem. Ow. Oh, I did not see the spikes on the floor. Like at all. I do now, obviously. Oh, you can stop. Treasure cup. Oh, yay. Another piece of green to greet. Pull lever. Whee! People facing through. Look at this place, though. Isn't it cool? Ixal hideout. A lot of it is wood, though, so we just need to burn just a little bit of fire.
Stop that one. Yeah, man, I like the look of it. The look is really cool. Next one. Oh, the Dragoon just jumps in. Approved. On low. Get low. On high. Ugh, you stink. Putting into that. Heal everybody. I saw that was targeted at me. A little too late. There we go. Not too bad. And then jump back. the Dragoon's being silly. Having some fun. Stone. Okay. I'm gonna guess we put it up here. Treasure coffer. Oh, cool. Oh, neat. That's neat. Oh, there's another war balloon.
Ryu. I like this boss music a lot. There it is. I say, where's my achievement? Mapping the realm. I'm gonna go ahead and get medic up. That seems bad. Should we be away from each other? Okay, we split that. Got it. Again, huh? Whoa. Heal that real quick. Now I know I can get Asylum up. And that'll heal it. Get all the way over here. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank the gods. What happened? So they were unable to see the ritual to its completion. Then Garuda is no longer a threat, and whatever the Ascians and the Warriors of Darkness were planning has come to naught. But we should not tarry. The knights have secured our path to safety.
Well, well. What do we have here? You'd better not have killed the primal without us.
Too bad. I didn't even kill it. Oh, now you got an extra one? This is so unfair. Fine, I'll take you all on.
You!
Wait, I know you. Still walking, I see. I could have sworn my aim was true.
You can hit the broadside of a barn.
Just what is your game? Leading us the long way so these fools could step in and claim our prize?
The Knight of Darkness.
No, no. Let's not make hasty accusations. By the look of things, the ritual was proceeding as planned.
Devout of Darkness. Yeah, you go first. My staff's better.
We arrived at the appointed hour. 'Twas they who erred.
It is hopeless. We cannot face them all.
Says you. Take them all right now.
Do mine ears deceive? A boy! So that's the way of it. Twins! You had me worried for a moment there.
Shit, the only reason you won is because you poisoned.
Know that I will happily make it quicker for you. If you just stand still.
Look at that! She can't even hit a moving target! What a ranger!
Enough, Jarumul. We wouldn't want to upset the man in white with any unnecessary bloodshed now, would we?
I'll gladly fight you if it upsets a little bit. So let's go.
You've been awfully busy since we were kind enough to spare your lives.
It said ranger. Oh, it's a bard. What do I expect? Yeah. Well, she's definitely good at one thing if she's a bard. The only thing she's good at. Kind enough to spare her life. Whatever.
The Ascians, you mean? 7 hells. What could you possibly hope to achieve?
Should I explain it to you? Very well. Consider it a reward of sorts for beating us here.
Can I trade in
You
the
know
information
tale of Hydaelyn and Zodiac, I take it.
for a
The
fight?
great sundering and the reflections it created.
Yeah, what of it? Ish? We know ish about it?
Across 10 and 3 they were divided. Reflections of the source, each possessed of shards of light and dark.
Just so. One of those reflections, the one nearest to the source, is our home. And we were the heroes blessed with her light. But not all worlds hold light and dark in equal measure. In ours, the power of light was greater by far. So the Ascians, who once threatened our home, were no match. And they fell before us, one after another, till none were left. Victory, we thought.
Yeah, you did it. Congratulations. Good job.
And then
Fist
came
bump.
the light. A flood of pure, blinding radiance, annihilating shadow and color and life itself. Ere long, it will consume our world, leaving naught in its wake but blank perfection.
Okay, now I'm not down for that. But what are you doing here, screwing with us?
That cannot be. Do you honestly expect us to believe such a story?
Believe what you like. But it has happened before, on a world far removed from ours. The 13th, which was swallowed by the dark and transformed into what you call the Void. Unchallenged light would condemn us to a similar fate. And so we joined hands with our former enemies, and with their aid came here, to the source. For there is but one way to restore the balance and save our home. The Ardor. Calamitous destruction with the power to break down the barriers between planes and see our worlds rejoined.
You would doom our world to save your own? What would even become of us? Of you?
Enough. I tire of talking.
Well, screw you too.
You know
I'm tired of talking too.
You know what is at stake. We are prepared to do whatever it takes. Are you?
Yeah, I'm ready to take my staff and slap you upside the head. Ooh, you ran away.
If there is aught you would say, say it. Otherwise, begone. You have no friends here.
Yeah, that's probably a good guess. All things considered, we should be grateful to have survived that encounter. Whatever, they're lucky they survived. That to save their world, they must bring ruin to ours? Maybe it might be true, or they're just being played. Either way. No, it matters not. Such wanton destruction is beyond justification. Whatever their reasons, they must be stopped. The sacrifice, the loss, it ends here. Two sides of a coin. Forgive me, this is neither the time nor the place for idle introspection. The knights can apprise Lord Edmund of our success, and we the Lord Commander. More importantly, I should like to see if my sister's condition has improved. You may take a moment for yourself if you wish. I'll be at the congregation. Either way, they have to be stopped. Because, I kind of like our world. Brings me joy to see you safely returned to us, Central. What news from Zephytol? Then we were not too late. On behalf of Ishgard, I offer you my deepest thanks. As for we who remained behind, Mistress Yashola has been tending to Mistress Alizé in your absence. I'm pleased to report she's regained consciousness. I mean, yeah, our world is nice. Yeah, Zole, Vanderbilt. Don't forget King Mogul. Don't forget King Mog. King Mogul Mog the 12th. May he forever reign. I imagine you have many questions, especially given your recent encounter with the Warriors of Darkness. I know I do. Let me show you to her room. Don't worry, her condition is much improved. She's a resilient one, much like her brother.
Alize, how are you feeling?
Well enough, brother. Thanks to the kindness of our hosts. They told me you had departed for Zelfatol while I was still abed. I slept much better knowing that. Thank you.
Oh. I didn't think I'd ever hear those two words from her. Thank you.
I take it your mission was a success.
More or less. There's a lot of questions.
As if we needed any further confirmation that they are in league with the Ascians.
Right.
But to save another world? I think not.
I too thought his story fanciful at first. But it is possible there may be a kernel of truth in all of this. At the very least, none of his claims contradict the word's account.
You were following these people, Alize. Why?
I was bored. Oh.
During my travels, I had oft enjoyed tales of the Scions and their exploits.
You did?
After
Wow.
a time, I began to hear whispers of a gifted and theretofore unknown band of adventurers.
Ah. The Warriors of Darkness.
Adventurers who had supposedly sworn to travel the realm slaying primals in the Scion's stead.
The Warriors of Darkness. And in the course of investigating these rumors, you stumbled upon the Ascians' involvement.
Yes, exactly.
Forgive me, but if these Warriors of Darkness mean to bring about another calamity, to what end do they hunt primals?
To prompt an escalation. To deepen the beast tribe's feelings of helplessness and despair, and thereby drive them to summon ever more powerful gods. And lest we forget, these events do not occur in isolation. With their patron deities being slain left and right, the news of man's victory over Nidhogg must surely have sown panic in the minds of the Beastmen. 'Tis no wonder they wish to defend themselves.
Power answered with greater power. Death with more death. A vicious cycle fueled by fear and hatred. I know it's like all too well.
Indeed. The Ascians sow discord and desperation, and the Warriors of Darkness reap the harvest. And so it continues. Yet that is not the extent of their ambitions. The Ascian himself observed that once the powerless realize that the old gods have failed them, they will have little recourse but to look to a new one.
We cannot let that happen.
Nope.
It should come as no surprise, but Alize and I have uncovered evidence that the Ascians have been manipulating certain parties to ensure that a constant stream of crystals flows into the hands of the beast tribes. If we sever these supply lines, we should at least be able to slow the escalation.
I like it.
Agreed. Kral
Agreed.
and I shall journey to Zelfatol and learn what we can of the Ixal's source.
Then I, for my part, pledge to lead a similar investigation into the origin of the Nath supply.
Awesome. Good.
Sir Emmerich?
As a member of the Eorzean Alliance, Ishgard is honor bound to play an active role in maintaining the security of the realm. You might also say that I have some personal motivation, given the Ascians' dealings with my father.
Sweet. Good to have him on board.
However, I make no secret of the fact that my knowledge of primal beings is scant at best. As such, I should be most grateful if one of your order were to assist me.
No, that works. Who wants to help?
Allow me, Sir Emmerich. I have dealt with the Nath before.
Okay, yeah, that works.
What about us?
Let us consult with Orianja then.
Why?
Given his dedication to the study of primal beings, I should be surprised if he could not tell us something of value.
Allow me to accompany you, brother. And before you think to refuse, know that I am not the girl I once was. I shall not be a burden. You have my word.
Been training, huh? I guess we all have, so.
But Alize, you... You are more than welcome. After all, it was you who set us upon this path.
Oh, there we go.
Wait a minute. I'm afraid I can't allow you to leave just yet. Not until you try on the new outfit I prepared for you.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. New outfit. Got to get your new gear. Oh, that's right, huh? You tell me when you start the Red Mage quest, she's getting training from that person. So she is a Red Mage. Been many moons since we last worked together, though I believe the same cannot be said of the two of you. I confess, I was aware of your subterranean exploration, which I have not done, sadly. That's Bahamut. The coil. I considered myself involving myself with her venture for a time. As you know all too well, circumstances conspired to keep us apart. I can only assume she carried on in our absence. Apologies for keeping you waiting. Nice! I like it. Right then, shall we be off? Totoro never ceases to impress. Though, for a moment, I feared she might furnish you with an identical outfit. Yes, I was really afraid of that. No, now I can tell. Praise the 12, she did not. Mother and father were rather too fond of making us wear matching clothes. Do you remember the time at the studium when that girl of yours crept up behind me in the hall and whispered... Sister, please. She was not my... Can we not have this conversation in front of the Warrior of Light? No, by all means. Please continue. I need to know. So be it. Another time, perhaps. Can we not have it in front of the Warrior of Light? I should thank you again for your assistance with my expedition, Syndra, which again, sadly, I didn't get to do all of it. Though we left matters somewhat unfinished, nevertheless prepared to focus on the task at hand and aid you to the fullest extent of my ability. Help me brave the coils, so too will I help you defeat the Warriors of Darkness. I guess because I did a few of them. Carriage? Pleasure to have you with us. Thought you were forgotten about. New garments aside, I must say you seem different, more resolute than last we met. Have the look of a woman who's ready to fight for the future of Eorzea. To the extent of my abilities, perhaps, but I have no delusions of grandeur, nor will I pretend to have found myself or any such thing. I'm here today because I would regret it if I weren't. That is all. Fair enough. Let us depart for the Waking Sands, then, and see if Urianger can be of assistance. Person. Raise person. Is AFK. This place is so dangerous. It's all your fault. Always the buzzard's fault. All of you, come here. Overkill, absolutely. Don't know how long race lasts, but at least I'll have the option. At least I had it there for a little bit. Ryanje, apologies for calling upon you unannounced. Why, Master Alphanon, would that the scholar had seen fit to grant me knowledge of thy coming. What bringeth thee and thine here this day? The warriors of darkness have returned. Pray, allow us to explain. I too have heard tales in recent days of primal beings raising up only to be cast down by forces unknown. Alas, as thou didst observe, the severeth but to spur the beast tribes excuse me, to pursue their goals with redoubled fervor. We have two objectives at this time: identify and remove the source of the beast tribe's crystals, and to take direct action to prevent any further summoning rituals from reaching completion. The second is easier said than done, of course. While we were fortunate enough to learn the Ixos' plans before they came to fruition, I should be surprised if the Warriors of Darkness and the Ascians did not have similar designs elsewhere to which we have no knowledge. Thou wert wise to come hither, for this very day I did receive tidings most troubling from across the Strait of Melthor. Old Gamora stirreth, and there are whispers that the Lord of Crags neareth his return. Mere rumors, mark thou. But in light of thine own discoveries, thou canst still afford to turn a deaf ear to their claims. Aye, we must ascertain the truth of the matter for ourselves. Let us consult with the Maelstrom forces stationed at Camp Overlook, Sindral. Okay. Thank you for your counsel, Ryanje. Pray inform us should you learn aught else. I shall. If I may, brother. Ryanje, is there anything else you would like to say? Say? If not, then never mind. I only asked because you're normally rather more verbose. Nothing to add? Very well. Ere we depart, I wish to make a request. The Warriors of Darkness spoke of how the Adder had the power to break down the barriers between planes, that our worlds might be rejoined. I would ask that you research this for us. Being nowhere near as well read as you, I'm sure I wouldn't know where to begin. That said, I heard tell of a promising tome, the Jinran Oracles. Mayhap you should start there. That was the clue that she knows. By thy leave. She saw you talking to him. Camp Overlook, was it? Very well. Shrug. And we don't know. She saw him talking to Elidibus. 7 hells. At this rate, I'll have to appeal to Maelstrom Command for reinforcements. Whatever it is, we don't want any. Hell, fancy that! Just when my Cobalt problems look like they're coming to a head, Scions of the 7th Dawn turn up, itching to pitch in. Bloody brilliant timing is what it is. Alright then, let's get to it. Unlikely allies. So, our friendly neighbors in New Gormoro have got much more aggressive of late, just as you said. Matter of fact, our scouts spotted one sniffing about the stores just now, likely looking to make off with an armful of crystals. I'll be damned if I'm about to let that happen. Lend a hand and help us search the camp for the little bugger, would you? You just have to give them trash. That's all they... Wait, wrong kobolds? Our Maelstrom friends seem notably more agitated than when we first arrived. Do you happen to know why that might be? Kobold in the camp, you say? And it would appear to corroborate Urianji's information, yes. But to be so reckless as to infiltrate a Maelstrom camp and draw attention to their efforts is passing strange. Well, time to think on this later. For the present, we must do everything in our power to prevent Titan summoning. That means finding and questioning this kobold. Oh yeah, got a second line. Nice. Got lucky. I was like, I had 2 chances at it. Go. Now just one more, and that'll complete it. Zole. Oh man, I get 100,000 MGP, but I'll get the Wind Up Zole, the Dressed Up Thancred minion, and probably the 5 Herder Tombstones. I'd take the map, I guess, but geez, I'd have to have a whole group of people. That's right, I just... Koboldling. Tiny kobold? Eee! Stay back. Away, far, back. I'm not a... No use. Pointless. Hopeless. No use. Please, don't hurt me. Only wish to talk? Yes, just talk. Ah! Stop running. Stupid plan. Stupid. But if I tell no one, then everyone will. Found me again! What to do?
I come in peace, only to talk. Speak, say, talk. Please, please, do not hurt me.
So this is our wily kobold infiltrator, is it? No wonder the soldiers were on edge. He very well could give one a bruised knee.
Oh, man. Huzzah! We got him! Fine work, Scions. So, little one, thought you could sneak into my camp, did ya? Plotting to steal my crystals, were ya?
No. Came to talk, ask for help. But when your soldiers saw me, they drew their weapons and shouted. And I... Now, let's all take a deep breath and discuss this like civilized individuals. What's your name, child? Reminds me a little bit of, like Lightning's outfit. It looks good. Pikmin Gabu of the 620th Order. At least I will be a Pikmin one day.
It's cute. It's tiny, couple.
Well met, Gabu. I'm Alphanon. This is my sister, Alize. Alphano. Sindral, the man who found you, is our friend. And now that you know our names, we can be friends too. Now, Commander Blodin here thinks you want to take his crystals. Gabu, but you said you came to ask for help. Why to us and not your own people? What happened? Can you tell us? No one's gonna hurt you, alright? Not while we're here, I promise.
Spot, kick. The Patriarch, he's... The Patriarch is gonna summon the Great Father again and you have to stop him? Beat him, fight him, stop him? Gabu's parents said they didn't want it, along with many others, but the Patriarch wouldn't listen. He was so angry, raging, fuming, angry. He said that they didn't have iron in their hearts. They would serve as coke for the furnace. And then the guards took my parents and the others away, and I haven't seen any of them since.
Coke for the furnace? I did not want to believe it, but I have heard tales of foci fashioned from the bones of beastmen, which worshippers use in their rituals, hoping to summon more powerful incantations of their gods.
We've seen this.
By the 12, that is sickening.
No one listens to Gabu, no matter how much he cries, pleads, begs, cries. They do not listen, only talk about punishing the overdwellers and praising the Great Father. Gabu loves the Great Father, but he loves his parents too. So please, help Gabu stop the Patriarch and save his parents.
Okay. Commander, advise Maelstrom Command that Titan's summoning is imminent. Should the worst come to worst, we will require their support. Time being of the essence, we three will attempt to infiltrate the Cobalt stronghold, secure their crystals, and free the prisoners.
Well, if you're sure. You'll forgive me if I don't seem optimistic. We'll make ready, just in case.
faith we may yet stop the ritual. We would surely have detected the associated etheric disturbance had Titan manifested already. I cannot speak for the prisoners. 12 have mercy. That they would even contemplate sacrificing their own flesh and blood. Brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers. Time is of the essence. See what else Gabu knows and formulate a plan without delay. The beast that mourned at the heart of the mountain. Heard great father Titan loves crystals, cherishes, covets, loves them. And if we gather enough, he will return. That's why the patriarch told everyone to go forth and gather them. So I was thinking, if we take all the crystals away, maybe the great father won't come? Very good, Gabu. I was just thinking the same thing. Do you know where these crystals are stored? I know. Several spots, each defended by a different order. Gabu wanted to steal them, but he was too afraid to go alone. Yes, too afraid to go alone. But together, we could take them away and hide them. Come, Gabu will lead you to the first cache. Quickly. Mine now. Have them all? Good. Lead on. This way. Time is short. If you have the crystals, we should move on to the next cache. Did you hear me, brother? Brother! Aye. It's just that... I'm quite certain that crate once bore Ishgardian seals. Someone took great pains to remove all traces, but enough remains to make out the pattern. See for yourself. And I struggle to imagine kobolds traveling to Kothuris to obtain crystals, much less bothering to conceal their origins. I suspect these crystals were smuggled into Vibrand by another party, most likely a pawn of the Ascians, as Thancred speculated. I don't understand. Who are the Ascians? Do they worship Great Father Titan too? Never you mind about that. As Alize said, we do not have much time. Can you lead us to the next cache, Gabu? Yes, of course. Gabu knows the way. This next one is the last and is very large, very big, very huge, very large. Though you cast about for a time, you see no sign of the crystals. Yeah, there's no crystals here. What happened? Confound it. What about you, Sindral? Any luck? Nothing. But this cannot be. Gabu saw them. Spotted. Saw. Think, brother, think. They must have moved them, yes? Question is, where to and why? within Orgomoro, where they summoned Titan once before and mean to do so again. It's the only explanation. What about Mother and Father and the others? We have to help them? And we will, Gabu. We will. Stay calm. We still have time. They have yet to call for the remaining crates, yes? If they had, then they would have found the other caches empty and sounded the alarm. Nevertheless, I believe the time for stealth is past. We must breach the navel and seize the remaining crystals. There's no other way to prevent Titan summoning. First, give me your crystals. I might deliver them into Commander Aboladin's custody. We dare not take them into the bowels of the mountain, where they can be used, right? Crystal Syndrel, if you'd be so kind. Thank you. I shall deliver them to Camp Overlook for safekeeping and brief Commander Aboladin on the situation. Pray go on ahead. As I recall, there is an aetheryte within the Orgomoro mines that should deliver you to the navel. Gabu doubtless knows the way. Wait for me there. I'll rejoin you anon. Strange. I would have thought you eager to remain in the thick of the action. But if this is what you would prefer, Godspeed, brother. This way, this way. Go that way. Where? Oh, it's gonna take a while. Ow. Oh, you stunned me. That stinks. That wasted all the time of presence of mind. Still got hit by that. There we go. Yeah. I got a whole bunch of things. I take it this is the aetheryte we seek? Right then. Soon as Afanata arrives, we go. Trust you're feeling suitably heroic, Syndrel? There's no telling what sort of resistance we'll face in there. Second Order Patriarch. Oh man. Zada. Second Order.
Quickly, you clods! Frisk me, swiftly, quickly! I will not suffer any further delays.
Fancy looking. Big hat. Yo. Lay down your arms and surrender. We have your crystals. There will be no summoning this day.
Overdwellers? Here? But how did you... Where are my parents, Patriarch? Where are they?
No.
Mother? Father?
Coke for the furnace? You monster. How could you?
We are but servants of the Lord of Crags. We are his, that he may drink of our blood and partake of our flesh, that he might draw upon the strength of his children and defend them from the tyranny of the Overdwellers.
No, Alice. Not yet. I understand, Patriarch. I do. Your fear, your anger, your hate. You would do anything to protect your people, anything to deliver them from despair, whatever it takes to ensure that those who threaten you can never do so again. But in your own single-minded pursuit of this objective, you have brought suffering to your own kith and kin. You have sacrificed the lives of the very people you sought to protect. But it need not be this way, Patriarch. Renounce this bloody course. Cease your attempts to summon your god and work with us, together, to build a lasting peace.
Another peace to be abandoned at the Overdwellers' convenience. Oathbreakers, all of you! Liars, betrayers, oathbreakers! You take and you take and you take, and when you have had your fill, you sue for peace. You promise that this time is the last, until you grow hungry again. And when we dare to defend ourselves, you declare that this beast tribe cannot be suffered to live, that our god drains the land of Aether and brings naught but suffering, death, destruction, suffering upon us all. I will hear no more lies from you and yours, Overdweller. You have ruined your lands. You'll not ruin ours.
So be it.
I said I'd come for you, and I did. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Say something, please. Please. Please.
Uh-oh.
Wake up. Wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up!
Uh-oh. You're not going to be happy about that, though. No, you need to stop cheering. He's the one who wished it. We still gotta put a stop to it.
7 hells. I'm here. I'm here.
I'm here. Nope! Off and on! Leave him to me! Haha! We must away! Teleport out. I got it. Teleport out. Darn, I didn't press print screen in time. Now on a rampage. That's bad. By the 12, how could I be so foolish? I should know better to let Gabu accompany us, given what we were like to find. His anguish and despair have served to birth a primal, just as surely as would the supplications of the faithful. Worse, being born of such tumultuous emotion, this incarnation of Titan seems incapable of naught but violence. If we have but one cause for optimism, is that while many crystals were present, they represented but a fraction of the quantity intended for the summoning ritual. Meaning, Titan must be far weaker than planned. Be that as it may, he is yet a primal, and the longer we leave him to bleed the land of Aether, the stronger he will grow. And should Titan be permitted to leave Orgrimmaro, more lives will be lost. Maelstrom will rally their troops, and the cycle will continue. Sindral, you know what must be done. Will you face the Lord Crags once more? Got it. Thank you, my friend. Alize and I will attend Gabu. When you have finished with the primal, look for us in Camp Overlook. Naval Hard. This is not Naval Extreme. It's sad. I don't remember how tough it is on hard. I might be able to just undersize party it. Yeah, why not? Let's give it a try. Maybe we don't have to wait. I'm here. Oh no. said I'd come. I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. Oh, they didn't kill him. Nice. Oh, right, fetters. I can't do it. Can't do it because of fetters. Darn! I'd have to have somebody to break me out. Oh no, okay, it doesn't insta-kill. Is that just in extreme, it insta-kill? Darn it. He's just gonna keep using fetters. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to survive this one.
shield's gonna run out. Because every time it was doing more damage. Ah! I didn't dodge that one. No, I'm just out of the fight for too long with fetters. No, we're not exit game, but... Where is leave? And I don't do enough damage. Okay, we found one. The game rewarded us for trying. Alright. Hopefully people don't get knocked off. Including me. No, person! Ah, crud. And still, the game spites me. It's like, nah, it's you. It's you this entire time. Always you.
shoot. Cure was just short. Stand up. Cool. Did it. Or I'll read it. Still a pain, though. It's just so easy for that to go wrong. That's what I hate about it. 'Cause, like, you get knocked off, that's it. Ah, there he is. Didn't I tell you he would return safe and sound? Deed is done, then. Titan is no more. Good. There's been enough tragedy this day. He has been like that since he regained consciousness. We believe he can hear us, but he has made no attempt to respond. He's almost certainly still in shock, but when we cannot discount the possibility that he succumbed to the Primal's influence, should that prove to be the case. He must be put to death, like any other thrall. Such is the Alliance's policy, yes? You have the right of it. But we must not rush to conclusions. After all, we once felt that Yasala's followers were beyond reason, and many have since laid down their arms and accepted Ishgard's peace. We can but watch, wait, and pray. Beneath the star-filled sky. There is naught to be gained from dwelling over an eventuality over which we have no control, much less one which may never come to pass. Let us tend to more immediate matters, informing the commander of Titan's demise, for example. You may be certain he'll be glad of the news. Would you be so kind as to break it to him? You're a sight for sore eyes.
When the others came back without you, I feared the worst. They said you had matters well in hand. All settled then, is it? Glad to hear it. Not half as glad as my men will be, believe you me. Regardless of whether or not he was summoned properly, a primal's a primal. There ain't a soul in the maelstrom that hadn't lost a friend of one. Don't get me wrong, like, we were all prepared to do our part, but we weren't so naive as to think we'd live to tell the tale. Thankfully, of course, it didn't come to that, which, my friend, sounds to me like cause for celebration. Now, I know you had a lot of places to be, but why not stay the night? Be honored to raise a glass to the triumphant return of Titan's Bane.
Who goes there? Oh, it's you. Forgive me for straying from the camp. He hasn't been feeling too welcome, to say the least. I thought a change of scenery might do him good. But, alas. It's so quiet out here. The stars spread out before us, beckoning across time and space. Dawn may banish even the darkest night. How bitterly beautiful, those words. I should be stronger for all my experiences. Yet my heart aches more than ever. I never understood why Grandfather gave his life that day. I thought that if I came here, I would find the answers I needed. But when I finally laid eyes on the land he sacrificed everything to save, saw firsthand the bickering, the pettiness, I was disappointed. I was angry. I could not fathom how these people were more deserving of his love than his family, than me. Nevertheless, I had to believe he had good reason. I was determined to uncover the whole truth of the calamity and, perhaps in so doing, find my own purpose in this sea of chaos. My travels have been enlightening, but I cannot say that I have enjoyed them. I have lost count of the many petty crises that I was helpless to resolve and of the people whose actions I could not understand. There were others, of course. Good people. People with whom I felt a kinship, whose lives I could not save. I found myself asking what it was all for. Why try if I was doomed to fail in the end? But then I recalled Grandfather's words to my father, years ago, before he left Charlayan behind forever. To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. We must all protect that which we hold most dear in the manner of our own choosing. We have to try, do we not? Of course, it's one thing to try and another to do. There were times while I was tracking the warriors of darkness when I faltered, when I was afraid. But then I thought of my brother, of Urianger. Oh, pray forgive me. This conversation has been rather one-sided, hasn't it? Mayhap you could recount some of your adventures in Ishgard.
There were a lot of adventures in Ishgard. Traveled far and wide with two companions, Estinian and Yasal, who were very, Under some rather unique circumstances, I had the pleasure to fight alongside Sir Emmerich. When Alvin and I at last came to the Dravanian hinterlands. All worth talking about. If there was a...
He is quite a man, the Lord Commander. I shall have to thank him for his kindness. Truth be told, I was rather taken aback by it all. Given Ishgard's famous love of foreigners, I was half expecting the Kyrugians to berate me for bleeding.
Well, you can thank me for that. If there was one about Harshavon, I was going to pick that one.
But I never heard an unkind word. Everyone there seemed relatively open and friendly, in fact. Thanks in no small part to your tireless efforts, I suspect.
Correct.
The hopes and dreams of so many rest on your shoulders, Warrior of Light. As long as the sun rises, we can but carry on. For the sake of those we hold dear.
Crystal.
To what end dost thou cling to the tainted gifts of the Mother?
You're tainted.
Every tool has its purpose. Even this.
Oh, you knew all about being a tool, right?
Well, what is it?
The seeds sown in Vilbrand have been plucked from the earth and left to wither. Alas, Titan's demise sufficed not to drive the kobolds to deepest desperation.
What did the man in white have to say?
That we are to proceed as he did first set forth.
Well, that's easy for him to say. It's not his bloody world on the brink of destruction, is it?
Be thou well reminded that with an end to Ishgard's unrest, naught now remaineth to preoccupy the Scion's thoughts. And thus may they devote their every energy to thwarting thee and thine. I foresee only greater difficulties ahead.
Foresee? Are you sure you don't welcome them? I'm starting to think you might hold a candle for your old friends after all.
Pray do not mistake mine intent. I but look upon the path which lieth before us with due trepidation. Shouldst thou be of like mind, pray consider then another course. For the power to invoke the ardor belongeth not unto the Ascians alone. With thine own hand strike down thine enemy, the so-called hero who would see thy home lost to light. Do but this, and thou wouldst at a single stroke disrupt the all-too delicate balance of this realm, plunging her straightways into chaos.
You do realize what you're suggesting, yes?
It's like you do realize what you're saying.
To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. The words of my teacher, and a creed I hold close to my heart.
Is that a fact? We just heard those words.
Very well. Draw him out. We'll make it quick.
Bring it.
It shall be done. What good a creed one cannot uphold? What hurts soothed? What lives saved? Oh, hapless fool, what hast thou wrought by thine own hands? Nymphilia, my friends, I shall not now beg your forgiveness. Full deeply though it paineth me to walk it, I shall not stray from my chosen path. As Moonbreeder remains steadfast, so too shall I.
You'll be put down for it. Good night's rest. I once spent this moment speaking with Thencred and Y'shtola via Link Pearl. They had some interesting news to share. Apparently, during the course of their recent respective investigations, both came across crates which had once borne Ishgardian seals. 'Twould seem that someone in the capital has been very busy indeed. Accordingly, the Temple Knights have begun a full-scale investigation. Sir Emmerich believes it's only a matter of time before the culprits are found, but we shall have to wait and see. In the meantime, it seems only prudent to look into the recent activities of the other tribes, in case they are too flush with Ishgardian crystals. And with that in mind, I suggest we pay Urianger another... Wait. Where is Alize? She was here a moment ago, with Gabo. I guess. Time to leave, isn't it? Apologies for disappearing again. If it's any consolidation, I have already packed my things. In consolation. How is he? Brother, Commander, something tells me you're not here solely out of the concern for his welfare. But to answer your question, there's been no change. He will not speak or eat. I'm not even sure he slept. If he did, he seems none the better for it. He just shuffles about with the same expression on his face. You will look after him, won't you, Commander? And treat him with every kindness? He's still in there, I know it. Beneath the anguish and the despair, he's still fighting with all his heart. He deserves to be given that chance. Until he comes back to us. Until we know for certain what has become of him. Aye, you needn't worry. If he hadn't risked his neck to warn us and help you secure the better part of the crystals, this could have turned out a damn sight worse than it did. We'll not soon forget that, nor will Maelstrom Command. so sorry, Gabu. Truly am. You should never have been made to. And I know I cannot possibly understand. Mayhap there is nothing I can do or say. The pain, the anger, the helplessness. Hold fast to the memories of better times. Remember them as they were. And when it hurts so much, your heart feels fit to burst, let it burst. Let it burst and fill up again with your love for them, and never ever forget. Come along, little one. I will remember them. And you, Alice, thank you. Have faith, sister. Your words have reached him. In time, he will recover. And those who orchestrated these events will be made to answer for their crimes. A thousand times over, there will be a reckoning. That's right. Yeah, he'll get better in time. In time. There will be a reckoning. We have had the glad tidings from Gomorrah, my friends. By the grace of the 12 and your most valiant efforts, the people of Limsa may rest easy. I should like to think so, yes. Though we failed to prevent the Lord of Cracks from manifesting, we did succeed in weakening him, enabling our friend to dispatch him before the warriors of darkness can make matters worse. 'Twas by no means an unmitigated success, but it will have to suffice. And let us speak of another matter, one which weigheth heavy on my lady's mind. As thou did request, I sought out the Garoon oracles, that we might better understand the aims of the warriors of darkness. Though the copious use of allegory defieth any single interpretation, the oracles paint a most disturbing picture, one of the worlds parallel to our own, apart yet linked, reduced to ruin with every umbral calamity. 7 times they have succeeded. Then of 10 and 3, only 6 worlds remain. Aye, all is as my lady Menphilia spake unto thee. As for what becometh of these reflections when they and the source are rejoined, veiled fresh undone in umbral fires, each soul surrendereth to her call, to flow unto the endless sea, there to endure as one and none. Then if the warriors of darkness succeed, everyone in the world will die? In essence, aye. The verse speaketh of the renunciation of the flesh and subsequent return of the life stream. However, this fate yet may be transferable to the alternative, for if the first were to fall to transcendent light in the manner the warriors of darkness described, it would giveth way unto a void wherein none may know either life or death. Far better to die, they reason, for in death there is life. The essence of a soul which returneth unto the source may be reborn anew. Saved, at least, is their belief, I surmise. If that is true, then, gods, no one should ever have to make such a choice. Ere we speak further onto the subject, I would share with thee another recent discovery. 'Twould seem that several sizable shipments of crystals have been delivered unto the hands of certain Almahigan parties. Almahigans? Strange. And you believe this to be the work of the same Ishgardian smugglers who supplied the beast tribes? I would know beyond a shadow of a doubt. And lest thou wonder at their motive, I would remind you that the Ascians did once attempt to bring about the summoning of Relgar. The individuals who took receipt of these shipments are refugees belonging to a group devoted to the cause of Almahigan liberation. It may also interest thee that the Ishgardian suppliers appear to be none other than the remnants of Elaine Rollier's network of spies. Surely you jest! And yet, it is not so surprising. Bereft of leadership and hunted by the Alliance, I can well imagine such villains being desperate enough to conspire with the Ascians, assuming that they know, or even care, who their new employers are. All of which is irrelevant. Forgive me. We must seek out the resistance group which received the crystals without delay. Sindral, Alze, will you come with me to Little Almahigo? Yes, of course. I should like to hear what they have to say for themselves. First hand. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal. Shit. May you ever die. That's what you just said there. Like, I hope you die. Alphinaud, Alize, Sindral. Are you three listening? Good. I have tidings. The Temple Knights raided the smuggler's warehouse less than an hour ago. A cursory interrogation of the prisoners yielded confirmation that they were in the employ of, and I hope you're sitting down, a man in black robes. Then you have them, and the crystals too. What few remained, aye. Regrettably, it would seem they dispatched one final shipment in the hours before we struck. 'Twas bound for Little Almahigo, we were told, where it will be received by a member of a local resistance group. Since Sir Emmerich's men no longer have need of my services, I have a mind to head that way. As do we, by happy coincidence. We learned of the shipments but a few moments ago. Ha! And there I was thinking I might finally be one step ahead of the Warrior of Light and his little helpers. It's like, ah, man. Finally be a step ahead. Wait a moment. There's more, and I defy you not to be surprised by this revelation. The leader of the Ishgardian smugglers was formerly in the employ of one Elaine Rollier, the infamous Ivy herself. Once again, Thancred, I fear I must inform you that... Thancred, With whom else have you shared this information?
About the smugglers? No one. As I think I mentioned, the raid was less than an hour ago. I was planning to contact Ursula next, but is there someone else you would have me notify first? And Alize's... There we go. She's thinking.
No, there isn't.
At least she's on the ball here.
What in the world has gotten into her? It is twice now that we have sought Uriange's aid, and twice she treated him as if he were a stranger. The Archon was one of Grandfather's most dedicated pupils.
Yeah, no joke. That's why he quoted him.
And spent as much time at the Levier estate as we did. He's practically a member of the family.
Betrayer of the family.
Truth be told, I struggle to recall a day from my childhood when I did not see the three of them laughing together. If this continues, I may have to raise the matter. Later, though, little Almahigo awaits.
Yeah, raise the matter. Hopefully I don't die before he decides to raise the matter. Who are you? None like staring out at the sea to bring an old man back to his glory days. Good times of life when his old life still lay ahead of him and the greatest adventures were yet to be. Gah! Don't you know better to stick up on your elders like that, young'un? Trying to send me to an early grave? Well, not early, as such. It is old. Don't tell me, I can see it just from the looks of you. You're not an adventurer. You're an adventurer, an accomplished one at that, yes? May not be the graybeard I am, but I reckon you've a memory or two you're keen on remembering. Let's say you join me for a while before you return to the road. New Game Plus. Now have access to New Game Plus system. New Game Plus allows you to relive the adventures of your past by replaying previous quests with your current player data. Replay old quests with New Game Plus. Open New Game Plus. Please note, special rules and conditions will apply. For detailed information, please review the help text. Yeah, well, at least we have it unlocked.
I will get to the bottom of this. Oh, forgive me. It's been a long day.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Uriange? Oh, I've always struggled to understand what's going on in his head. Now more than ever. Listen, Syndrome. If anything should happen, it should be me who... Just know, I'm prepared to do what must be done.
You just got back. Don't you go sacrificing yourself just yet.
Right then. More pressing matters. Since you have no idea when Thancred might arrive, I suggest we see what information we can gather in his absence.
When we were free. Oh, white mask dude.
So to review, we are reliably informed the members of the Almahigan resistance operating here have taken receipt of several large shipments of crystals, our task being to ascertain who and why. Given the size of the settlement, I find it hard to believe that anyone here could be wholly unaware of the resistance movements. The challenge, of course, will be finding individuals who are both able and willing to share information with outsiders. Divide our forces. Why don't you question residents in the eastern half of the town? You two, the west, okay?
me guess, come to join the fight, have you? No need to deny it, friend. You're not the first to answer the Griffin's call. Griffin, huh? Lit a fire in every Almahigan's heart. Guardians won't stop until we're all under the yoke. Guardians, huh? Looking for the Griffin. Under his mask. Say he's hardly got a face with all the scars. Others reckon he's been marked for death by the Empire. And they send a bloody legion if they knew he were here. Okay, so he's going up against the Empire. But you're with the wrong people. Well, he's listening to the wrong people anyway. Don't listen to the Asians. They're terrible people. Resistance? Damned if I know. I'd be any use to him. You set store by all these tales of secret weapons. Good luck to you. Too old for the masked bedtime stories. The mask. Thankfully, it's not green. But I think I already know. Griffin. Mask. Griffin seems to be the new leader of a newly formed faction within the Resistance. The Mask. Yet despite growing in popularity, no one seems to know much about them. Only that they are the most aggressively militant group to join the movement in recent memory. Claim their commitment to the cause of Almahigan liberation is unrivaled. We can but hope their revolutionary fervor is never channeled in the direction of a primal. Feel confident that this group which received the crystal shipments, we lack proof. Okay. Can't help but wonder if I should be worried. Here you and yours have been asking questions. Much as it pleased me to see you again. Who's this Griffin dude? Griffin? I know of him, as do we all. He and his mask have become a leading faction within the Resistance. Though there was suspicion at first, given his secretive ways, he quickly proved himself to be a charismatic and capable commander. Men are drawn to his passion and his vision. Truly believe he has what it takes to lead them to victory. Even I cannot help but admire the man for what he's accomplished. But I have not forgotten Wilred. I was blind to the danger of his ambitions. And you were not. Griffin will soon deliver a speech to our people at the Sunken Temple of Qarn. Go see him with your own eyes, weigh his words with your own heart. How convenient. It is but a pity Thancred not here to join us. You two go on ahead. I'll stay behind and wait for him. What's this for? Because that's not the... Probably Peace with Enemy, which would be the last faction that I'm missing, but do that later. Other stuff to do right now. I still need to work on kobolds. Those kobolds that do not deserve help. Has it already begun? I hear voices coming from within.
Brothers and sisters, 20 years ago, Alamigo, our home, was claimed by the Garlean Empire. In our haste to overthrow the King of Ruin, we turned a blind eye to our foes in the north. With our glorious revolution, we but laid a path for a new tyrant to succeed the old. And when confronted with our failure, we fled. Not a day goes by that I do not think of those we left behind. Think of them and feel ashamed. And I know each and every one of you feels the same.
You should be ashamed. Him. I do have to appreciate the Vega that he's got going on. But who are you, really?
We abandoned them, our own flesh and blood, to labor till their backs gave in and their breath gave out, building the twisted steel ramparts which now mar our once majestic mountains. We abandoned them, the brave and true, to fight and die for their country, or worse, to be conscripted and sent off to rob another poor bastard of his home. We abandoned them, the meek and powerless, to bow and scrape when the Garleans pass, to sully themselves that they might live to see another day of misery. The Black Wolf may be dead, but a new Imperial Viceroy reigns in Alamigo now. A beast, not a fraction as merciful. You all know the Eorzean Alliance will do naught to oppose him. For all their promises and platitudes, they will not act if there's no profit in it. Only we can free our brothers and sisters from the Empire's tyranny, my friends. Only we have the courage to stand and fight.
Well, you're giving a heck of a speech there, guy, but really, you think you could take on the whole Empire?
They have imprisoned us. They have enslaved us. And they have murdered us. But no more. Blood demands blood. And the Garleans shall pay for every drop they have spilt upon our lands.
I mean, I'm down for the Empire to go down as much as the next person, but
this I promise you, for we have a power within us, my friends. A power befitting our pride, our righteousness. Only join us, and we shall grant you the means to unleash it, and together we shall see the Alamigan standard raised over the mountains of Gir Arbania once more!
no, don't do that. You want to summon a primal to do it, don't you? That's bad. Don't do it.
A power befitting their pride. Not at all ominous, that.
Yeah, right? That's exactly what I was thinking.
Wait, is that...
Yes, it is.
What are you two doing here?
Hi. What are you two doing here?
I could ask you the same thing.
Well, well, this is quite the surprise.
If you see what I see, if you feel as
Might I suggest we continue this conversation in more agreeable surroundings?
Let's hope so. Words cannot express how glad I am to see you both alive and well.
And you? I thought it was pretty obvious you and... Though it was pretty obvious you and Syndra would be fine.
Crystal Braves never had a realistic chance of capturing any of the Scions, divided as they were and distrusted by the better part of Eorzea.
But if you truly believe that... Forgive me, what exactly have you two been doing all this time?
Repaying a favor. After the banquet, we had no choice but to flee Ul'dah, and we would not have been able to do so without the aid of some old friends from the Resistance.
That's right. They smuggled us out of the city and sheltered us in Little Almahigo, all at great risk to themselves. Obviously, we couldn't let that go unacknowledged, so we offered to help them out with their operations for a while.
After we learned of the Scion's exoneration, that Lodorito had severed all ties with the Crystal Braves, and that General Raban had been reinstated, we resolved to make contact. But having long since discarded our link pearls as a precautionary measure, our options were rather limited. To make matters more complicated, we were embroiled in a delicate operation at the time, leaving me with little choice but to entrust a letter to our courier. I gather from your puzzled expressions, however, you never received it.
Nope.
To be honest, we thought this might happen. While the Mask are happy to let the refugees spread the word within the community, they're pretty strict on communicating with outsiders. Oh, and we also heard a rumor that the Griffin doesn't want us meddling in his affairs.
I wonder why.
The Griffin mistrusts the Scions of the Seventh Dawn?
Yeah, because he wants to summon.
Curious. It is well known we're no friends to Garlemald.
It should be very well known.
One would think the men we saw beseeching all and sundry to join his cause would welcome our support.
I should say that the man you saw was not, in fact, the Griffin, but an impersonator, and a talented rabble-rouser to boot. 'Twould not surprise me if he were responsible for the majority of these public appearances. Oh, he's just the talking head. He's not the real not talking head. He's just the person to recruit. So you may have gathered, the Griffin is extremely cautious and distrusting man who has made every effort to conceal his identity. Even when we participated in a raid under his direct command, we were not permitted to approach him.
It's hard to know what to make of it all. Secrecy, impersonators, the mask.
Mask.
What? It's not as if I'm making all of you wear one, and mine only covers half my face. It's completely different. Anyway, when we heard the Griffin was due to give a speech, we thought it might be a good opportunity to get a better sense of the man behind the, better sense of the man!
Trying to get away from the mask subject.
For all the good it did. And now you have heard the whole of it, tell me, what prompted you to take an interest in the Griffin?
Crystals, summoning, primals, you know, our job.
Summoning? You're not serious. I can't believe it.
Our Resistance would never entertain such a ridiculous plan. But the Griffin, well, the man is an enigma. I cannot say with any confidence what he would or would not do. What I can say, however, is that the speech we heard today was not the first to make reference to a power capable of defeating the Empire. The Mask had made many such claims of late. I confess, I had assumed it to be mere bluster, but in the context of the shipments with which you spoke, it is not impossible that they are alluding to a primal.
Whatever it is, we'll find out together, and if anyone tries to stop us, they'll answer to me.
Indeed, that is, assuming you'll have us. Of course. Yay, more friends! that stupid? Yes. Yes, he can. Honorable heroes. Papalemon has a mind to learn the Griffin's true intentions. Ugh. But unfortunately, that is going to have to do it for today. Almost 4 hours. Had a big stream. Was lots of fun. But I'm going to have to leave this one here. Yay, more old friends. I did not mean to click dig. But I do need to go. Go grab that. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. We had a lot of fun today. We had a lot of close calls, but in a few sad moments. One really sad. But we also had some happy moments and some resolutions to things, which is always great to see some stories tie up. But as one story ends, another one begins. Until tomorrow for more Final Fantasy, I'm Central. Remember to shoot for the stars and take care, everyone.